Man, stop trying to convince these people that we need to stand together and all that. They ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. They've been betrayed so many times, bro. 1877, after federal troops pulled out of the South, bro. Betrayed. 40 acres and a mule, betrayed. You feel me? Jim Crow, betrayed. Redlining, betrayed. Every promise that this country has made to them has been a false promise. And now we need y'all to stand with us while we march. Leave them people alone. They ain't trying to hear that shit. They ain't trying to hear that shit. Because they know how prevalent racism is in our community. And they know how y'all talk about them when they ain't in the room. And they know that now y'all got y'all N-word wake up. Didn't y'all? Y'all got that Paul Mooney N-word wake up call. And now y'all want to scream unity and solidarity. Nah, bro. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. The people that have been working together will continue to work together. The people that have empathy for your plight and your situation will continue to have empathy for your plight and situation. But don't try to convince people to come join your side. Like, oh, it's always been. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're trying to survive their damn self. They're trying to figure out how this man is about to get rid of the 13th and 14th Amendment and strip them of citizenship. What, you don't think they know what time it is? They got to deal with their own shit. I'm just saying, I see a lot of videos where people are like trying to convince, Black Americans that they need to stand side by side with Black and brown unity, but when it's something that doesn't benefit us, we ain't screaming that shit. Yeah, get mad. Go ahead.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching my videos from. Welcome back to my YouTube space. Today we're gonna have a serious conversation, and thank you so much for subscribing on my YouTube channel. Thank you for 80,000 subscribers. It has been a journey, and I love that. And I appreciate you so much. So the video I'm going to react on it today is about Latinos talking about Black people or Black Americans. Latinos here are now understanding why Black people are not joining them. Some, not all of them, some Latinos are out here calling their own, telling them that Black people are not, we are not their burden, because Black people have been here trying to assist us, and they have been betrayed for so long. And even in one of the creators, he gave examples how Black people have been betrayed when they were just trying to help, and how Latinos did not listen the cries of Black people. And that's what I'm going to talk today, because I understand that some Latinos are out here asking why Black are not supporting them, why Black are not protesting with them. But I'm going to share this video of these Latinos. Let's hear from them. After listening this, I'll come back with my commentary as I do always. Before we watch the clip, I will say this: standing together, having united is the best thing. But even if we unite, even if we stand by your side, don't use that as an advantage. Don't take it for granted. That's what I will say. But let's watch these clips, and then I come back with.
You're one of the folks that is planning to or already made a video telling Black Americans why aren't they supporting at the protest right now. Stop it. Do better. Black Americans don't owe anybody nothing. Some folks are pushing this narrative because they showed up during the BLM movement, and now Black Americans need to step up for us. That's not how it works. We didn't show up to support for the sake of them getting us back in the future. We support causes like that because it's the right thing to do. Because humanity comes first. ¿Me entiendes? I even saw some folks leave comments like, Africans ran to Mexico to escape slavery in the US. What are you saying? The folks in Mexico that embraced the protected, those that were seeking safety, did it because it was the right thing to do. For you to act like people owe us something is crazy. Let me add a few more things. There are hella Black Americans supporting the protests right now. The right side of history. And they're doing it because it's the right thing to do. Because humanity comes first. And also, just like the Latino community, they are not a monolith. Just like we have our colonizer pets, supported trompas, that are celebrating deportations, there are folks like that in every community as well. But they do not represent the entire community. But honestly, instead of pushing your energy asking people, why are they not here? Why are they not supporting us? Put that energy towards your conservative tío, tu primo cara de pato that voted for this, and handle energy in pushing politicians. Call them, email them, call them out on social media to advocate to do the right thing for humanity, to be on the right side of history. This is a big topic. I could talk so much more about this, but I'm gonna stop right here. Familia, what did I miss? And if you agree with what I said, don't forget to follow, send this to someone that needs to hear it, and support me on YT if you don't already.
So respectfully for the Black community, I have a question. So if Trump is trying to defund federal... I was trying to figure out what were you...
Mexicans, leave the Black community alone. They don't need to come to these gatherings in LA just so they can get locked up because people are actually rioting instead of protesting. It's just gonna add more fuel to the fire. They already have enough that they're going through on their own. The lady in the beginning of the video was saying that Black and brown need to come together and fight the orange man. But the other lady said, no, you haven't even reconciled your hatred towards us. As a Mexican American, I don't hate Black people. Y'all are cool as hell. We might have differences every now and then, but I like people on the basis of their character, not the color of their skin. No matter what race you are, maybe I won't like you because of the type of person that you are, but that's neither here nor there. Mexicans, let the Black people do what they do. They got their own shit going on. If you're out there peacefully, keep doing what you're doing. Make sure they don't tie you with these other crazy individuals because you will be going to prison after this is all said and done. Don't get the Black people involved in this because then it's going to get really bad. Then the violence is going to get really, really bad.
And before you make a video trying to demonize Black folks for saying they're not doing shit because things were done when it mattered in that voting booth in November, I want you to make a video and I want you to call out Latinos for Trump. And I want you to call out Mexicans for Trump. And I want you to call out Cubans for Trump. And I want you to rally everybody else who voted for their own demise while me and mine was in the booth. Call them out. Don't worry about us. We're well aware that this is affecting us. Which is so funny because the last 6 months he's been doing everything to target Black folks and they can't seem to figure out why we haven't wowed out yet. That's what's real. Y'all quick to want somebody to come out to the front lines for y'all, but when was the last time you saw what was happening that directly affects us and y'all was like, you know what? We in there. Oh, okay.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number 1. Share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number 2, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number 3, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us. I love you.
Black people are tired of being a bank where everyone keeps making withdrawals and no one ever makes a deposit. And I want you to think about that. If that was your setup, would you still want to give? Especially for those of us in the Hispanic community, because it's about patterns that we've inherited and the harm that we've ignored. Me, myself, I'm Puerto Rican. I've seen how anti-Blackness and colorism still show up in our homes, in our language, in our media, in our families. In many families, darker skin is treated like a disadvantage. When solidarity is needed, hesitation shows what's been internalized, and too many of us were raised to believe that aligning with Blackness meant losing something: safety, opportunity, acceptance. And we were taught the proximity to whiteness would protect us, that staying quiet was safer. So if we don't unlearn that, we end up repeating the same harm we say we stand against. So disengagement is not okay. What's happening to immigrant communities right now is devastating. I'm not taking away from that, and it does deserve compassion and support. But a good portion of that fear didn't come from distant forces, and it came from within our own communities. I've spoken out because I've watched people I know support systems that were never created for us to begin with. Systems that weren't designed to protect us, only to use us when it's convenient. So while I've raised my voice, I also know too many that have stayed silent, or worse, they chose power. We don't get to ask for empathy if we're unwilling to confront the harm our silence helped protect. And contrary to popular opinion, holding each other accountable isn't betrayal. It's how we begin to heal. So to the Black women and men that are saying we've poured into everybody and got nothing back, you're not wrong. You've carried movements, you've carried communities, you've carried generations without rest, without complaint, without question. And we cannot undo the silence that already has happened, but we can take responsibility for what happens next. I think people are not realizing we have way more similarities than differences, and we have more power together than we do apart. So look to your Black brother or sister, look at them and say thank you, and I see you. Simple as that. Strike up a conversation, get to understand, because that's all they're asking for, to be seen and to be appreciated for all they do.
I have been struggling on how to say this, and I made a video earlier, I took it down, but y'all are focusing on the wrong people. Y'all are focusing on why don't Black people care what Trump is doing? We do. But we're focusing on us and ourselves to survive through this. What y'all need to be focused on instead of, well, why aren't Black people actively protesting and doing all the things that they usually do? One, because we told you we're not going to do that anymore. Okay, we told you. Y'all didn't listen. Two, because we can't help you as much as the people you need to help you. Okay? You need white people. You're focusing on Black people, you need to focus on white people. You need to get their attention, their compassion, their empathy, their social and political power. You're focused on the wrong people. You're focused on the wrong demographic. Black people don't make up the vast majority of this country. We don't make up the vast majority of politicians. We are not in the White House. I'm telling you, you need to focus on white people and getting them to actively care and campaign and protest in your name, in your favor, and leave Black people alone.
Welcome back. Now, see, a lot of people are asking questions why Black Americans are not standing with Latinos right now. Why Black people are so quiet while ICE is raiding on Latino neighborhood. And today we are I'm not going to break down the Latinos themselves. They have broken it down. But I will talk about the long history of betrayal to Black people. That's what I want to talk about, because Black people have been betrayed for so long. Black people have tried to help, but at the end, we have received betrayal. All Black Americans have received betrayal after betrayal. I don't want to use the name we, because people are saying that you are not Black Americans, so just use Black Americans. So betrayal is not new to Black Americans. It is not just happening now. It has been happening for decades, centuries, over and over again. And let me take you back, way back when there was civil rights movement in 1960s. Who was out there in the street getting beaten? It was black Americans. Getting beaten with waters, horses, beaten by police, beaten by dogs. It was black Americans that were out there fighting for civil rights. And when black people won the battle, do you know who benefited? Everyone benefited. Everybody benefited. So here is to say that the fight that black people keep is not for them only. It is benefiting everyone. Each and every minority group are benefiting from what black Americans fought for. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Immigration Act of 1965 opened the floodgates for immigrants communities to come to America. And let me tell you, black Americans are not immigrants. According to me, black Americans are Americans. The owner of Americans, because they build Americans. They build America, so they are. So each and every migrants who came to America found black Americans already are there. And that's fine to us, to black people. It is fine, it is cool. But do you know, after the law were passed, other groups got what they wanted and they left black people behind. They stopped standing with the black people. They moved into suburbs, started checking white on census, voting for policies that hurt black people and black neighborhood. They aligned themselves with power, too friendly to white people, but neglected black Americans. And that is betrayal. I call it betrayal. Black people fight for everybody. Black people fight for everyone else to eat. But when the time comes, when the food is served, black people are being left in the kitchen to continue cooking. And this is not just Asian history. It is still happening up to now. The Latino community and anti-blackness is another type of betrayal. Okay? You will ask yourself, why aren't black Americans rushing out to protest with Latinos today? Why are black Americans calling for everyone to keep quiet? Why are some black Americans saying that this is not our fight? You know? Black people were protesting when Latino children were being locked in cages during the Trump administration back then. Black people spoke out. They showed love. But guess what? What did black people get back from that? Silence. They got total silence from Latinos, or even worse. You know, black people got the disrespect. But now the ICE is knocking on their doors. Now the deportation is happening and they are looking around asking, where are black people? Why are you not all helping us? And black people are like, we remember everything. We remember what you told us. We remember you told us we love complaining. You're focusing on race and everything. But winning is for everyone. Losing is for black people alone. And that's what we're being taught. We remember how Afro-Latino get by their own people. Black people remember how Latino neighborhood in places like Chicago and LA were attacking black protesters during the George Floyd protest. I don't know if you remember that. Black people remember Latino radio hosts, influencers, politicians pushing anti-blackness while we were fighting for human rights. You are pushing for anti-blackness and the black people are fighting for you. Fighting for rights of everyone, not rights for only black people. It's not hate, it's called having boundaries. Right now, black people are having boundaries. But I am so happy some Latinos are now opening their eyes and they are now seeing that even Latinos need to fight their own battle. We do not need, or you do not need to keep on pretending to love black people when you need help. Or you cannot keep on depending on black people. And I have some example. I don't know where I've write it. I came with the examples as I was doing my research on this topic. I don't know. Let me check here. Examples of betrayal. Remember when George Floyd was murdered, we saw a video footage of Latino gangs warning black protesters to stay out of their neighborhood. I saw that too. Black people were out protesting for humanity and they were out there talking about tough. That's kind of betrayal. Or let's remember about California with Prop 20 or Prop 209. When affirmative actions was attacked, a lot of Latino groups voted against restoring it because they didn't want to be too connected to black people. That's betrayal. Even Afro-Latinos who share our skin color get treated like second-class citizens in their own communities, in their own countries. That's betrayal. So when they want that solidarity. They will say that we are together. We are having the same oppressor. We are all immigrants. But we are like, black people have fought a lot of battles. We have fought our battles. And right now, we're like, why don't you fight yours? Okay? So what I would just say, black Americans have learned. Black Americans have spent decades fighting for everyone, and we finally realized that we got called divisive for asking for reparation. We get called lazy for wanting equal pay. We get told to move on from slavery. And while black people are marching for everybody else, we got nothing but disrespect in return. But right now, black people have said this is not happening anymore because we are having something we call self-love. We are building for ourselves. Black-owned businesses, black media, black banks, black schools, black agriculture, and we are preserving our history. We are not apologizing for what we are doing right now. Nobody is apologizing for that. If you're a true black person, you should not apologize for what's going on right now. And that's why you are seeing black Americans go silent right now. That's why you are seeing black Americans not easily be gaslighted, No more on that. Because black Americans have learned a lot. Black Americans are not standing with Latinos right now because they have learned their lesson. We have learned our lesson. We have been betrayed over and over again, used, then abandoned. It's not about hate. Black people don't hate Latinos. It's not about bitterness. This is called wisdom. If we don't protect ourselves, nobody will. Nobody cares about black people. Nobody cares about black skin. To my black family watching this, keep building you. Let's keep building and let's keep uniting. The fight we need to fight is the fight to liberate black people. Fight we need to fight is the fight to make sure that black people are successful. And we are not going to fight that fight by protesting. We are not fighting that fight by machetes and pangas and everything. We are going to fight that fight with love and unity between our own self. Right now, black Americans, we know they are the one who paying a lot of taxes in America. Their dollar is building America. It's time for black people, for black Americans to come back to motherland and let's build this. Let's fight our fight, because I have seen a number of times we protest, we win. We complain. We protest, we win, we complain. Why are we still complaining if we win? Because we win, but other people are benefiting from it. The time for us to eat is the time now. It is now. The time for us to build, it is now. The time for us to go and take shower, it is now. Let us relax. The time for us to go and watch movies, it is now. Let us relax as black people. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the silence of black people is creating tension to other people. I'm so happy that black people can control things even if they don't talk, just keeping quiet, because you don't know the move. You don't know what next. But I believe with this new format, with the new strategy, we are going to build something. And I can say to all black people, welcome home. Welcome to Africa. Welcome to the motherland. You are invited, not because it's on your neighbor. It's because it's your home. It's your home. And you need to come and take back what's yours. Come join hands with your cousins and brothers. It's easier to fight a battle, to build a system, to build schools and hospitals within your people, than to fight for a position that was never meant for you, or we will never get it in this land. Okay? Tell me what you think in the comment section about this video, about the betrayal. Tell me the examples of betrayal on the comment section, because I want to see how other groups have been betraying us, how we have been fighting for them, and they have been betraying us. Tell me, and make sure you subscribe, like, and share to people you think they need to hear this message. Until next episode, peace out.